Hi everyone, it's BT here with FXLiveDayTrading.com, the best live Forex trading room on the web by far. I am doing a weekly review as I did promise. I haven't been able to do as many public videos as I would have liked to do this week. We were doing so much research in the trading room and we did extend our hours a bit. These are the trades for today that jolted us forward about 200 pips. So here is the trades. You can also see this on the MT4 that gets published with fxblue.com. So anyway, I was definitely dollar bearish as of last night. I sent out an email to all members informing them of my trades that I was taking. And these are some scalp trades just combined with some trades that were taken yesterday. You could see the pound versus the dollar. Bought two standard lots here, another buy just a little bit later. So we counted this right here as one trade. Now this here was taken at 12:27, which would be 8:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it was actually 24 seconds after the release of NFP. I went ahead and I started taking profits. So you can see that the trade was fast and it was planned through tons and tons of research. Okay, even though the trade only lasted minutes, okay, a little bit over 3 minutes on this trade, in this trade, um, hours and hours. I've probably invested about 12 hours in doing extensive research, various chart levels, and I've discussed this thoroughly in the trading room this morning as we took these live trades in real time. So these two trades didn't fare as well as I expected, but needless to say, we got 19.3 pips on the New Zealand versus the US dollar and 11 pips on the Australian versus the US dollar. Here is a nice trade. The dollar versus the yen, a short 63.5 pips. So again, it was just an overall bearish play, and various different majors, a basket of majors, if you will, really moved us forward 1.7% on the week in advancement in the account. Now I'll get to the MT4. Okay, here's the MT4 account here, and just talking about the profits from today. This would be the October, because October was the start of the new month, and MT4 calculates the new month accordingly. So this is October 1st and October 2nd. And here we have some trades starting from yesterday, the New Zealand, and I can kind of move this down a little bit. That was the first trade, New Zealand dollar, profit at 218. Okay, minor loss on the second New Zealand. Okay, $66, 142. And then a cut of some of these Australians. Okay, cut some of these over here, and negative 211, 235. Okay, now as we move lower, we see that the NFP trades really counted, and that's really what the emphasis was on this week. What was going to happen during NFP? I mean, literally, you can be 50% right in trading, but if your winners are going to be much larger than your losers, then obviously you are going to be having a very nice profit, and that's basically what happened this week. Now, we didn't have a 50% win ratio, it was much higher, but needless to say, I'm just giving an example that where it counts most, of course, is going to be those trades that you are going to have those very good setups. Everything is going to come together. Our strategies, moving averages, support and resistance levels, all going to come together, and then that's when we make our trade decision. And on certain trade decisions, I will allocate more leverage based upon the setup. The high probability setups will get more trading leverage. low probability setups, we're gonna uh, I'm going to low leverage those trades. Okay, and if they work, excellent. If not, it's a quick cut. So anyway, just showing here on the MT4, I know there's a lot of skeptics out there that always like to see transparency. So I like to make sure that I always start off any type of reviews with that. Okay, now I'm going to pause this and just show a few quick setups, and then I'm going to go and have a wonderful weekend. So I'm going to pause this for a second. Here is the pound versus the US dollar. This is it. This is one of the trades that I took right before the NFP, and this is something that we've been discussing all week. And I've also done an article. You can check my website midway through the week. Maybe it was even Tuesday. So check the website. But the bottom line is, we had a lot in order. We had our ducks in the row, and this particular trade setup was not something that was just a quick decision. Okay, a nice trend line was developing on this pair on the 1 hour chart. We were moving above some moving averages, which a lot of traders use. They're going to use the 20s, they'll use the 5. And then, of course, we broke our key 151.58 and our 23 fib. Beautiful trade setup. Jumping to the euro versus the US dollar, we'll also look on the 1 hour chart. Not as distinct, however, a nice higher low and a beautiful double bottom action. This was also a buy on my agenda. Was announced, took it, and again, very profitable. Now I'm going to jump to another pair. Excuse me one moment. Okay, here we have dollar versus the yen. A beautiful setup. Announced this as well. We grabbed a nice amount of pips. And here is the 4 hour chart. Just check that out. Beautiful 200 moving average. Holding, move right down. Dropped like a brick out of a 5-story Manhattan building. Just incredible. Boom. Took profits. Last but not least, the Australian versus the US dollar. What happened to that one? That didn't pop. Well, there has been a nice correlation here between the SPX 500 index and the Australian dollar. I'm telling you, the last few months, just forget about the gold correlation. It is not working. Needless to say, I believe about 20 pips on this or so. Hey, I'll take it. And last but not least, the New Zealand versus the Aussie. Here we are. Another winning trade, but yet kind of dead as far as momentum is concerned today on the NFP. Do your research before you do any trading, especially non-farm payroll. This has been a weekly wrap up. My name is Gerard. I trade fxlivedaytrading.com. If you're looking for some no nonsense, non-sponsored Forex trading room action and a great group of traders, and we are all in it together and we're all on the same team, fxlivedaytrading.com. Take care.